12 titles, countless moments, and one unstoppable team.
The UConn Huskies are back on top, adding another championship to their legacy.
Right now, NBC Connecticut's special presentation of the UConn Championship Parade.
Welcome, welcome. The wait is over. Good afternoon. You are looking live at a sea of blue and white. That's right, UConn fans taking over downtown Hartford to celebrate, who else? The UConn women's basketball team.
The Huskies entered March on a mission to end the drought after seasons filled with setbacks, injuries, and uncertainty. They fought their way back to the top with toughness, talent, and teamwork.
That's right. It's their first title in 9 years, but 12th overall, the most of any men's or women's college basketball team in history. That's why we are the basketball capital of the world.
We sure are.
All under Coach Geno Auriemma. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm Amber Diaz.
And I'm Taylor Kinsler. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to bring you live team coverage of the UConn Championship Parade and Rally. How you feeling, UConn alum?
I am very excited. And yeah, we've been here before. It doesn't get old. The last 2 years I was hosting it. I believe it was with Mike. It's really nice to have the women finally have their moment in the spotlight, like literally in the spotlight. And I'm hoping the guys support them too.
I hope that they show out. I mean, the fans certainly have.
They
were
have.
just looking at some of the footage now, and I cannot believe the turnout in Hartford
It's unbelievable. And speaking of all of the fans out there donning all their UConn gear, we have some today.
We certainly do, yeah.
I do have a bone to pick, however, with our UConn Huskies fans, people. I'm going to say this once, I'm going to say it again. Leave us some merchandise on the shelves.
Please.
Because it has been so difficult to find stuff for our show. And I've had a lot of the men's gear, obviously, being a UConn alum over the years.
I mean, we do appreciate that they're shopping local
We
and
do.
supporting businesses right now. We certainly need it. But yeah, this is mine.
It's
and
nice.
I'm so excited. This is actually, Amber, my first UConn sweatshirt.
Woo-hoo. What do you think of like the UConn phenomenon? Like, what do you think about it? You're not from Connecticut. So.
I'm not from Connecticut. I'm from Massachusetts originally. And it blows me away how supportive the fans are. And it also blows me away, especially when you look at the people who turned out from all different states to support these players, especially Gabby and Matt. They did some interviews with people who were like, I came from Alaska, I came from California, right? Because they love Paige, they love this team. It's a beautiful thing.
It's all about the support. Hey, we want to take a live look at this drone here, Taylor.
Yes, we certainly do. Over the start of the parade route at the state capitol building, the parade was pushed back a day because of what has felt like endless rainy weather, even some snow for parts of the state yesterday. It's still cloudy and the wind is blowing a bit, but that's not going to stop fans from lining up to cheer on the team.
That's right. And the parade will step off at the corner of Trinity and Elm Streets. They will head through the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Arch. I love our little map with our Husky there.
I do too.
Before turning onto Jewel Street. And from there, they will turn onto Trumbull Street and stop outside the XL Center, where that big rally will happen.
And that's also where we can find our NBC Connecticut team.
Look at them out there.
Look
I
at
love to see
Everyone
that.
is so excited out along the entire route so we can bring you even more excitement from the ground.
All right, but let's find out how we got here. Let's take a look at this tournament run, okay? This all started in Stores with a 69-point victory over Arkansas State and a 34-point win over South Dakota State. The Husky star, we know her. You probably know her as Paige Buckets, player Paige Becker's final game at Gamble Pavilion. Still cannot believe that, Taylor.
Neither can I. And then it was off to Spokane, where UConn rallied from a halftime deficit to beat Oklahoma in the Sweet 16. Buckets, or Beckers, scored 40 points, the most ever by a Husky in NCAA tournament history. In tournament history,
I get chills. I really do get chills. It's unbelievable. I'm so happy for her.
And next up, a familiar foe. UConn took down USC in the Elite Eight for the second straight year.
And in Tampa, UConn dominated UCLA in the Final Four, then capped it off with an 82-59 win over defending champ South Carolina to take the title. Oh, love saying that. Feels so good to say that. Our NBC Connecticut sports team, they were there for it all.
That's right. And I'm not sure if they've caught up on sleep yet, but Gabrielle Lucevera and Matt Finkel join us live outside the XL Center. First of all, Matt and Gabby, thank you for your coverage throughout this journey. It's been so impressive.
Amber and Taylor, thank you for saying that. We have been on a whirlwind just like the team a week ago. a week ago, right? That's around this time, 1 p.m. a week ago, we were getting to the arena in Tampa, hoping that the Huskies would be able to pull it out. And now a week later, we're getting ready to welcome the team for a parade.
I mean, even though we've done this 3 years running, first, it never gets old. Second, my cell service never holds up. So thank you, Matt, for being there. But I think what was so great about just listening to Taylor and Amber take us through that journey is when we're in it, when we're on the road, we're not always taking in the full picture of the scope of what they've been able to do. And those double-digit wins at every step of the way. And we talked about the men doing it 2 years running on their journey. So now 3 years in a row, a UConn team has not only won a national championship, but they've done it by beating their opponents by double digits.
No close games for the Huskies. And that's the way it should be. This team was so dominant. I mean, when did you realize that this team could go all the way and was not going to be denied?
In hindsight, the answer should be when they walloped South Carolina back in February. However, that's hindsight. So I think for me, it was watching them, yes, without Juju Watkins, but beat UCLA, or beat USC. Easily, right? And then they walk into UCLA, we think, oh, is this going to be a difficult game? But clearly that wasn't
was
either.
The moment for me too. I was worried about Lauren Betts. I mean, a very talented big. They had no answer. UCLA had no answer, and UConn played. Gino said one of their most perfect games he's ever seen. He was giving them credit up and down, and they deserve it. I mean, this has been an incredible journey for this team, as we've talked about, the injuries to get to this point, and to send off these seniors with the national championship is really, there's no other word than special.
It was so special, and we have been covering this team for 6-7 years now, so we've watched them. You know, I remember waiting for Paige Beckers to get to campus and saying, this is it. Like, we talked about it constantly. She's here. This is going to be amazing. And every year, it was just watching the disappointment. It's not disappointment in her and what she was doing, but it was just disappointment on a program level because they expected something different. And so we watched it, and every year, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And this, whatever you want to call it, stars aligned, everything, but don't knock the hard work. This team came prepared, ready to go, and they met that moment. It's not easy to meet that moment, and they did.
If it was easy, I don't know if it would have felt this good for this group, right? And they've been this sweet. They've been working towards it for 5 years. And I think to get to this point and to get to this moment, so well deserved. We saw the emotion pour out of Paige a little on the welcome back at Gamble. We'll see if there's any more. We know that AZ and Paige are going to address the crowd here today along with Gino. Amber, I hear you have a question for us.
I do, you guys. You worked so hard on this Path of Paige Beckers special, which obviously this will be airing for those who don't know right after the parade and the rally this afternoon. We know that she has been through the thick of it. COVID, her senior year in high school, that ended early. Then she came to UConn. She had multiple injuries. After interviewing her, has anything changed in her mind when it comes to this journey?
Has anything changed in Paige Beckers' mind when it comes to this journey after Gabby sat down with her for that special, The Path of Paige Beckers? What was your main takeaway?
My main takeaway was her understanding of what it means to be bigger than a basketball player. And she came into UConn as a basketball player. This is who I am. This is what I identify as. And she does. She is still basketball player number one. But I think over these 5 years, what's been really beautiful about her journey has been watching her learn how much more she is than just a basketball player.
Look around here. Look at the jerseys. I mean, her impact, you can't even quantify what she's done for the game. Guys, we'll send it back to you for now. Getting ready for the Huskies to arrive here at the XL Center.
Good stuff. We are so excited, Matt and Gabby. Thank you for your time. We'll come back out to you in just a bit. But Amber, it really is so much bigger than basketball when you think about it. But we should get over to a special friend over here, Kevin Geis, I think.
Kevin Geis, he's holding one ear, so you know how loud it is. Kevin, what are you seeing right now? We've seen, and we've heard that the buses have started rolling, right?
Everything's rolling. I mean, we're in the thick of the parade at this point. We got 1029 The Whale behind me, so we got some jams. Vibes are high here on Trinity Street. I mean, these fans are happy to just be right at the front of things. They get to watch everything first as it's rolling through. We're still waiting on those players, though. That, of course, is the one thing. Everyone wants a glimpse of Sarah Strong, Paige Beckers, the whole team, KK, you name it. They all want to see it. So we have a few fans here. I just want to visit a few fans here right from West Hartford, nice and close. So what brings you guys out today? It's almost like there's a parade or something.
Yeah, we're just excited to celebrate UConn. What an awesome achievement. Great to be here with everyone in Connecticut.
Absolutely. And 12 championships. Do you have a favorite player this year?
Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers. What's so special about Paige?
Everything.
Everything. She's so good. Everyone likes to see Paige. And how many parades have you been to in the last couple of years? Is this the first one?
No.
No? Did you go to last year's parade?
Yeah.
Nice. So 3 for 3. That's not too bad. I mean, when in doubt, you got to come out and visit Hartford and enjoy the Huskies, of course.
Yeah, and celebrate everything great that's going on here with our team.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We got in the thing. I think they're starting to throw candy, which is always the exciting part. I'm going to try to catch a little bit of that. And you ask fans, you talk to people, and really what I continue to hear from so many people is just how lucky we are here in the state of Connecticut to do this year after year after year. It's almost like the governor could throw out a national holiday for Parade Day, we'll call it, in Hartford, and just enjoy all of these fans come together, enjoy the city of Hartford. It is a blast to be out here amongst folks throwing mini basketballs. Try to get my hands on one of those so I can squeeze it as the parade rolls by when everything gets really exciting. Still waiting on those players, though, so we'll get back out here in a couple of minutes. Guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio for now.
Kevin, I hear that they're throwing a lot of things there. I hope you're bobbing and weaving. I mean, get your candy, but... yeah, exactly. Be careful.
That's around a little bit. Exactly. Get ready.
Kevin, guys, thank you so much. We'll get back to you in a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to get a workout in between talking to all those fans and doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
Amber, there's so much excitement, but everyone always says Hartford has it. I think Connecticut has it as well, especially when you're talking about pizza, first and foremost, and also basketball. But there's even more fan reaction, and I want to get out to Sydney Boyo because I know she's out and about talking to fans. Sydney, normally when I toss out to you, there's nobody out there because you're previewing what's happening. Now you are surrounded by people.
Yeah, Taylor, it's certainly not 5:30 a.m. when it's empty and dark. We have a ton of fans out here. And you know what? One thing that stands out is the amount of young girls out here. Look, lots of fans out here for the UConn parade. And as you can see, they have this Paige Becker sign. So a whole flag dedicated to Paige. But guess what? We're going to talk to one here. This is Mia. This is her brother, Dominique. They come from Windsor. As you can see, they have this huge Paige Beckers flag. So Mia, tell me, what do you love about Paige Beckers and why do you represent her today?
Her dedication to the sport and what she's changed how women's sports and just bringing that spotlight to women's sports.
And are you an athlete? Do you play sports?
I do. I'm a softball player at HMTCA. I actually did my senior capstone on disparities in women's sports. So just seeing her, how she's changed the game and really highlighting that is really important to girls like us.
And, last year we saw the men. 2 years in a row we had a parade. But for the first time since 2016, we have the woman, we have a parade. What does it mean to just kind of see, women's sports as the forefront and in the spotlight for once?
It's amazing to finally see how hard they work and finally see it pay off.
Thank you so much, Mia. Nice to meet you. And good luck out here. Have fun. So, yeah, lots of girls out here celebrating pink. Thank you, Paige signs. And I'm just going to toss it back to you guys for the next hit.
Awesome, Sydney. Thank you so much. There's a lot of girl power out there and good energy all around.
Yeah, and we're seeing people celebrating and how they're celebrating out there on the parade route. Whether you're in the crowd or you're on the couch today, we want to see how you're cheering on the champs. So make sure you send in your Husky Pride photos to share it at NBCConnecticut.com. That graphic always cracks me up. They look so excited. You can also tag us on social media, hashtag NBC Connecticut.
Look, we're not stopping there. We're going to continue down the parade route now because we want to check in with our friend
Mike Savino. You're live at the intersection of Pearl Street and Trumbull Street. You've been talking to fans all morning. I hear that you have a young fan.
Yes, a young fan, 90 years young. I'm here with my new friend, Connie. Connie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Connie, you were here. You've been here for numerous parades. You were here for the men's parades last year. Does this ever get old?
No, never. It's wonderful. And we're very proud of them.
You've been a lifelong UConn fan. When did it occur to you that this is the college basketball capital of the world?
Oh, well, Gino Auriemma keeps telling us about it, so we'll never forget it.
You've seen a lot of titles. What does this year's run mean with the injuries they've gone through, the struggles they had earlier this year, and to see them overcome all of that?
It's wonderful, and God bless them, and we love them.
Obviously, this is turning into a yearly tradition. You've come out. Are you already making plans to be out here for next year?
Of course, without a doubt.
you were here for the men's parades. You've been here for the women's parades. It's been 11 years now since we've seen them both do it in the same year. You follow both these teams. How likely do you think it is next year that maybe this is another dual championship and a dual parade?
Of course. I have a lot of faith in them.
Absolutely. So a lot of fans here, a lot of young fans, a lot of lifelong fans, everyone here celebrating another championship here in Hartford, and I'll send it back to you.
Oh, what a great interview and fan that came out there. Mike, thank you so much. And hey, Paige Bueckers is capping off her UConn career on a high note. Again, she's not done yet. She averaged 20 points per game in the tournament and has scored a career high, Taylor, 40 points in the Sweet 16 for that win over Oklahoma. Now she is widely expected to be the top pick in tomorrow night's draft. That's the WNBA draft. That's going to be held at the Shed in New York City.
Yeah, no surprises there. Another legendary career for the Huskies appears to be just getting started. Freshman Sarah Strong poured in 24 points in the win over South Carolina, tying her with her teammate, with perfect honor, right? AZ Fudd for the game high. She got 114 points. 114 points throughout the entire tournament, the most by a freshman in Division I history.
I love it. And then you have KK calling her Strongadonga. I love that nickname. AZ Fudd leading the Huskies in the final 2 tournament games, scoring 19 points against UCLA and the 24 against South Carolina. She was named MVP of the Final Four because of that absolutely outstanding performance. And good news, she's coming back to UConn next season for her final year of eligibility.
Love to hear that. And we want to send it back out now to Matt Finkel and Gabrielle Lucevero because our coverage continues. Fans are getting excited along the parade route. But Gabby, I do have a question for you. There was a moment in your interview with Paige Bueckers during that incredible special that we just aired where you showed her video from fans, young and old, telling her how much they meant to her, the journey, and it was incredible to watch her reaction. But what was your reaction to kind of seeing her process the success of her career?
One thing, Taylor, that I'm so glad did not make the cut of that is me crying.
I was going to say that. Tears. It was really sweet, though.
It's so hard, I think, and it's one of those things that I struggle to put into words. So now I understand what it's like to be on the other end of our microphones, right, Matt? But one of the reasons it's so emotional to me to watch Paige take all of this in is because we have been talking about women's basketball in Connecticut for 30 years. For 30 years since that dynasty started, and then before that. And so many times it was a joke. It was like, oh, you're a women's basketball player. Oh, you're a women's basketball fan. Or they don't fill stands, whatever. It's not a joke anymore. It's not a joke, and it is amazing to get to watch the turnout. Now, Connecticut already knew that. Here's the thing. This isn't new, and that's the really cool thing. Connecticut already knew that, but now you have somebody who's amplifying it on an even bigger scale. And so it's emotional to me because I'm just so happy as a female athlete to get to watch female athletes get their due.
Yeah, and one of the things we talked a lot about in the special was the pressure of coming to UConn, right? And Paige knew what she was getting into when she came here. There were greats before her. It's not like she's coming to a place where, not to compare to Caitlin Clark, although people often do, Iowa doesn't have the history that UConn does. So she's building something new in Iowa, where in UConn she's adding to those pillars that we talked about. And with that comes a lot of pressure. And not only did she embrace it, but to get to this moment, there were trials and tribulations, and it makes it even better when you do reach that mountaintop.
And Gino had that great line when they did the welcome home rally at Gamble Pavilion. He said, looking around after they were celebrating, he's looking around at his athletes who have 2 championships, 3 championships, 4 championships. And he said, at other programs, you win a national championship, they build one, and they build a statue of you outside the arena. You win one in my program, and that doesn't even get you to the front of the bus here. So they have just so much history. So Paige said it, choosing to come here is because she wants to put her name on that list with Maya Moore and Brianna Stewart and Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. So, but what I love, you guys are taking us through all the athletes, right? And AZ Fudd coming back.
Let's talk about AZ.
AZ Fudd, most outstanding player, this is the comeback that we knew was coming, but she didn't have anything to prove, and she proved it.
Yeah.
And her family, she's coming back. And I joked with Azzi. I said, how much were your parents not ready to leave college yet? And she said, no, it's my grandparents who weren't ready to leave.
Wow.
Her grandparents came up here. They bought a house in Coventry. They loved, I mean, the Fudd family cheering section, you can't miss it.
You can't miss them,
The fam was not ready to leave college yet.
It was so fun to watch Azzi, especially in that Final Four. I mean, she set the tone in both games. Remember the big first half against UCLA, and then, of course, most outstanding player in the game against South Carolina. And then Sarah Strong right behind her. I said this after the game. They asked the media to vote for the most outstanding player in the Final Four. I sat there 20 minutes. I couldn't decide between Azzi and Sarah. I thought they were both so deserving, and I love that Azzi got it. Sarah will get hers coming up. They both were so vital to that championship performance, and we get to watch them again next year.
It's just incredible. I will say, too, you guys were asking us about fans.
Yeah.
The first fan in that video, you want to walk with me? The very first fan, we're surprising her. She became a little celebrity. The first person that Paige saw in that video was you.
Yeah.
What's your message to Paige?
Honestly, good luck. It was my first year watching her. It was incredible. It was incredible. I wish her the best of luck. And can you sign my jersey? Basically. Please.
Shameless. We love it. Thank you for being a part of our special with Paige, and thank you for cheering her on. Matt, you can come back in.
That was so great. I love that we got to catch up with her here. And yeah, Paige, she got to hear what the fans mean to her right from you guys. And that's so special. That's what it's all about, that connection. Paige has never been shy about wanting to connect with her fans.
So we're glad we were able to share a little snippet of their messages, but she's going to see so much of it today. Guys?
Gabby, Matt, thank you so much for that. And yes, each player brings something to the team, but it's that cohesive, that gel that they really, they have formed that bond, that sisterhood in their family. So that's what makes the UConn Huskies and the women great. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I love that. And Paige talked about that too, the power of friendship, right? She said that's what led to their win. But we heard they're on the move. Huskies, both the team and actually pups on parade, right? We saw that as well. Let's get back out to Kevin Geist now. What are you seeing? What's the reaction?
There we go. It's almost like we timed this out or something. It's Rainy Candy. The UConn women's basketball team is making the corner onto Trinity. Excited to greet all the fans. Thank everybody for coming out here in Hartford. I just caught one of the basketballs. That's exciting. I'd like to know who threw it. But fans obviously just stoked to have their women's basketball team out here. Excited to congratulate them for a tournament well done and for taking home their 12th national championship. I'm just waiting here on the corner of Trinity while everybody comes through. What you missed while we were out here, and I'm sure you'll catch them somewhere along the parade route. You had the cheerleaders, you had the band kind of firing everybody up, getting ready to go, and now we're just getting a chance to see the trophy itself. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. That would be the 12th NCAA Division I National Championship trophy that will be landing in Storrs campus very soon. People obviously always like to see a little bit of the hardware. We got to see Jonathan go by as well. Fans, everyone just wants a picture of this basketball team. Happy to be taking some of the candy as well. We're really an opportunity to kind of take it all in. I love getting the chance to say hello to the basketball team at large. This is obviously a completely full basically copy of last year as well. We got to do this last year with the men's team, and we got to do this again with the women's team. And just like that, they're on their way. So everybody down the line, I hope they're ready for this because the women are on their way. I'm sure. I'm looking for Gino somewhere on the bus as well. He must be on the other side. Can't find him at this point. And just like that, they're off.
And Kev, I think that this is more prompt than the men's last year. Obviously, it's women, so maybe that's why it's more prompt. But Kev, we actually saw Gino. He's up there. I think he was holding up an iPad taking photos. I don't know if that was him or someone next to him. But it's such a sight to see. I wish I wish you could see this right now.
Everybody wants a picture, a video, something. Everyone wants to remember the moment, enjoy the moment, and of course, just get a picture of their basketball team.
Love that, Kevin. Well, thank you so much for capturing the moment. The team came through and their fan base getting to celebrate them in style. We appreciate it. But now we're going to send it over to Sydney Boyo, right?
Yes, Sydney, what are you seeing out there where you're at? Because we know the buses are rolling. We're seeing it on the screen right now.
Yeah, guys, you're getting a live look at the bus. The players are throwing out some toys, some things for the fans. It's getting super loud. You can hear them cheering. Now, these fans have been waiting a long time. They've all been excited all morning, and they are finally getting a look at this championship winning team. You can see them. They're real close going by right now. All the players getting hit with some candy, some peppermints. All of the players out here walking by the fans. And now they're being chased a little bit by the little kids as well.
I love that. I'd love for you to describe the look on maybe some of the younger fans' faces who are getting to witness this, because really, this is where dreams come true, right? You get to see it as a kid. You dream about it. You hope one day that you could get to somewhere that Paige Bueckers has gotten to. Well, what's their reaction?
Honestly, they're in awe. A lot of the kids are shocked. You know, the last time the women's team had one was in 2016. So if they were born after that, they haven't seen it. This is their first time. I'm actually standing here with the young fan. His name is Nate. He's from West Hartford. He's with his uncle who came from the Bronx. You guys, tell me how excited you are to be here today. Nate, let's start with you.
All right, so I'm super excited. You know, they just won the championship not too long ago, and we're just having fun at this festival. It's really nice. It's a nice park here in Bushnell Park. Yeah, we're just having fun, getting a bunch of stuff, merch, getting dripped out.
You know? Yeah, show them your chain. Let's see that chain.
Look at this. It's from Coca-Cola too.
Flip it off. Put it on.
Yeah. This is the main person. This is like Huskies. This is like the main deal.
So yeah, all the kids are all like Nate, super excited to be here, having a blast, especially the young ones when it's their first women's parade. I'll send it back to you guys.
Sydney, it's wonderful. And that just goes to show, Taylor and I were talking about this before. So many people come from all over. It's not just Connecticut. They came from the Bronx. They love the Huskies. They love the spirit. So it's so nice to see that out there. And I loved his drip. He said he had his drip on. So that was cool to see. Sydney, thank you so much for that. Have fun.
I got some too.
We love that. And now I think we're going to check in with Mike Savino. Mike, tell us what you're seeing out there.
We are further down on the parade route, so you're seeing the beginning parts of it. We've had a marching band come through, plenty of the sponsors coming through with signs celebrating this championship, and you can see the people are excited already, ready for their team to come through here, celebrate yet another championship, and it's definitely a family fair out here. I've got Dale and Mindy. Hi, Dale, how are you?
Hi, good.
So you've been a lifelong fan.
Oh, yes.
Did these titles ever get more?
No, they're more exciting every year.
And then we have Mindy over here. Mindy, you're out here with your mom. Did she turn you into a...
Oh my God, yes. This is the first year I took her to March Madness, and she said never in a million years would I think I was going to be at March Madness. And we're here to support our girls. Everybody watches women's sports.
Was that a bucket list moment for you to see the team in March on their journey?
Yes, we saw it at the stadium, and we've seen it on the TV ever since. So we're watching.
All right, who's ready to play my whole game? You ready?
To bring your mom.
And I say you probably say Huskies.
What does it mean to you to bring your mom out and share that moment and see this team with everything it's overcome?
It's such a great connection. I just, what a way to go do it with my mother. So it was just an honor.
Awesome. So awesome. Yeah, you can see it's a, as I said, it's a family affair out here. A lot of parents, grandparents, children ready to celebrate their team, celebrate another victory here in Hartford. And everybody's just waiting for the team to come through here with the trophy. Send it back to you.
My quick question for you. I'm seeing one of my favorite quotes ever. When you think you can't, you can. Do you see any other signs that really stand out to you there? I see a lot of people, they have their gear on, but a lot of people have signs too. So what do you see?
A lot of signs for Paige, as you can imagine, telling her, Paige, they love her. Actually, Monty, if you can turn right over here, someone's saying, Paige, you're my hero, in a sign right over there. So a lot of support for Paige, but also just a lot of love for the team. As you mentioned, some of the when you think you can't, you can signs, people just celebrating this team, celebrating this moment. I know Sydney talked about it, but it's been 9 years since the women's team has won a title. So certainly a lot of younger fans who hadn't been able to witness a moment like this the way some of us maybe take for granted. Certainly a lot of excitement and a lot of signs showing their love for Paige and for the team as a whole.
It's just fantastic seeing the families and seeing the young kids. That really it's amazing just to see all that support.
It certainly is. Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to now send things back over to the unstoppable Gabrielle Lucevero.
The duo.
Yes, the duo, the dynamic duo, and Matt Finkel, who have not slept, who have brought us incredible coverage.
Yes.
But Matt and Gabby, what has been so special about this process is to see how much of a bond this team has, but the impact on Gino as well. He tries not to get emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but you can see how much this team means to him. What has his reaction been during all of the interviews that you've been able to do with him?
First of all, I need them to follow us around and introduce us everywhere we go, because that you guys are giving I am loving it. I am loving it. Gino, though, I thought we heard you say before that he had an iPad and was trying to take video of the parade. Is that true?
It's what we think we saw.
It's what we think we saw. We don't know if it was him or someone next to him.
I don't want to report anything incorrectly.
Yeah, no.
But honestly, that is telling if it's at all close to true, because this is special for Gino too. Yeah, he has 12 of these, but it's been 9 years, right? And this group means so much to him, the bond he formed with these players. It's why he comes back to keep doing this. And now to be back on top of the college basketball world, I think it's emotional for him too.
And a lot's been made, right? He's 71. He's the oldest coach to ever win. But when we were looking this up, going, okay, well, who did he beat out? My favorite fact that I've learned about this is number 2 on that list is Jim Calhoun.
Yeah.
So the 2 oldest coaches to have won national championships are UConn coaches. But we have seen he will say he did not cry in that one. There's a viral clip of him and Paige, her getting up. I think this is sniffles. I'm going allergies because that's not a Gino move. But we saw the emotion with the hug.
And he did say, I'm going to miss her, and all that in the presser. And then, of course, the hug between Gino and Paige was just so special. I mean, that was the encapsulation of 5 years of hard work and bonding together, and it all led to that moment. And that's why Gino said he's not done yet. This right, he talked about this. He's like, as soon as I don't think I can help the players and I'm doing more bad than I'm doing good, that's when I'll step away. But it's those bonds, and it keeps him young. He doesn't feel 71. That's what he's talked about, right? So as long as he can keep doing that, I think he's going to be around for at least a couple more years.
Well, let's all remember too. We talked so much about Paige, but this is year 40. This is the 40th season. We've celebrated so much of Gino and Chris Daly, who's been by his side every step of the way, and what he's accomplished in those 40 years. So to cap off, 4 decades of coaching with the 12th national championship. But at the beginning of the season, I asked him, what hasn't changed for you in 40 years? And he said, what the kids need. He said the kids still need someone to come in and push them and help them be the best versions of themselves. And he said the moment that changes, that's when I start thinking about it.
And there's no better person to help them, give them what they need than Gino Auriemma. He knows exactly what to do. That's 4 decades of experience. Amber and Taylor?
Well, Matt and Gabby, I want to ask you about the coaching staff. I think there's so much spotlight on Gino, obviously Paige, the other players, but so much of what makes this team great is the coaching staff behind them. So talk about the other core members of this incredible unit.
Yeah, he's got former players with him. He's got Tanya and he's got Morgan Valley. So players who have won with him before and know. And then Chris Daly, how else do we sum up? I mean, there is no Gino without CD.
And he's the first to say that, which is so beautiful. Their 40th anniversary celebration happened back in November, I want to say, and a lot of the alumni came back for that game, and it's just so special. And they were just as excited, if not more excited, for CD than they were for Gino. A little behind behind the scenes, CD organizes a lot of the games and the quizzes and stuff on the road trips, keeps the girls entertained. CD also is a big role model for them in a lot of ways, right? So what does she make them do when we do interviews?
You have to stand up.
Right,
There's
no sitting. Yeah.
And if she catches you sitting, she will come. And I mean, let me tell you, Paige Beckers was sitting down when I went to talk to her. She stopped the interview, made Paige stand up. And so you will never catch a girl sitting in an interview. A big point of emphasis is apparently always, this is really insider here, always making sure the women, if they're wearing skirts, they have to be wearing tights. They got to be wearing pantyhose. And apparently that has traumatized a lot of the girls from the 2000s. Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird
talk about that a lot. Yeah, but it's one of the things that makes UConn what it is, right? Yeah. You know, CD is there to help you in every aspect of your life. One other thing, sitting where I did for the championship game, which was right behind the UConn bench, very fortunate. I was struck by how much Jamel and Gino were communicating.
Yes.
And that was so cool to see. They've been working together for years, another assistant, obviously. And, you know, he really leans on his assistants, and it's not a one-man show. And that's why he's gotten to where he is in the college basketball and sports world.
And CD's got some strong arms from holding Gino back all these years, making sure he doesn't get teed up or anything. But if I could take this one more place, if we can walk just because we've talked a lot about the fans and how much they love her. Let's get a look. But one group of ladies I want to shout out over here is they will wait outside the XL Center to support Paige. And this is something that I did not see, Matt. We've been covering games for a long time. This year, last year a little bit. This year, we started seeing... We got the natty! We got the natty! We got the natty!
I think that tells you everything you need to know about today.
They line up and wait to cheer these girls on as they leave. I mean, it's something new. It's like rock star treatment, and it's just so amazing to see, and that sums it all up. You'll see fans lined up outside the XL Center to watch the bus go by. I mean, that says everything you need to know.
The players also, when they can, they'll get out of the bus and meet them and sign autographs. So it's a mutual relationship that is really amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Amber?
Just a quick wrap up. As difficult to hear you guys being out there. Gabby, you are going to the WNBA draft. We know that Paige Beckers, Paige Buckets is widely projected to go #1, the first pick. What have you heard as far as how people feel about that?
Well, I think what Paige will tell you is that she's just so excited that this is a dream. This is a dream, not just to be the #1 overall draft pick, but she gets to be a WNBA player. Like that's the dream. She's going, barring any crazy unforeseen circumstances, to the Dallas Wings. What's really interesting about the Dallas Wings from a Connecticut standpoint is their general manager is the former coach of the Connecticut Sun in Kurt Miller, and then their new head coach is a former assistant coach with the Connecticut Sun. So there's a little bit of Connecticut connection in there, but the Dallas Wings, they've got a roster that's on the up and up. So I think Paige, it's really exciting to see how she's going to fit in that. Arike Gumbawale, that's a name that Connecticut fans will also know. They hit that shot. They hit that shot. She hit that shot for Notre Dame a few years back that sent them packing in the Final Four. So there's a lot of talent on that roster. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, Paige is going to be moving to Dallas.
Paige, obviously the type of player who could change any team for the better immediately. There's a great video of Kurt Miller celebrating when he saw his team, the Dallas Wings, earn that first pick, because he knew that probably means Paige Beckers.
And we saw him out at the Big East tournament. He knew what he was watching.
And I heard that the entire UConn Husky team is going to be there in New York City to support Paige. No surprise given what we know about this group and how tight they are, but that's just going to be another special moment in a series of special moments that we've seen over the last few weeks. Guys, back to you.
Look, their friendship is a beautiful thing, and we are so excited for Paige and really so excited for the entire team. Matt and Gabby, thank you so much. We appreciate it. There is so much excitement.
There is. And as we continue our coverage now, we want to take a look at this sea of white and blue that we started off the show on. Let's just take a look. We have some drone footage of the parade route. We know that we have a lot of fans that are out there. We have all of our team, our NBC Connecticut team that are out there along the parade route. And there we go. We have it up there on the screen. You could just see all of that support.
Look at that.
From people. And I know we have Mike Savino. Where is Mike? Mike is at the corner of Pearl and Trumbull. The bus has yet to approach him just yet, but that is right before the XL Center. So
it sounds like it's approaching him right now. So we are going to send it out now to Mike Savino. Our timing has been impeccable.
It's like impeccable timing. I love that.
Mike, take us through it.
Yeah, you can see the team. It's raining candy over here. Sorry, I got to watch out. The team, as you can see, is going by here, and the fans are rushing to follow. Everybody excited to see their champions here. So we are approaching the stage from where we are, and everybody just trying to get as close as they can to the team. Everyone clearly excited to see their champions come through here for yet another parade. You can see the excitement. It's right there. Let's go Huskies. So, hey, can we talk with you real quick? What does it mean to see this team?
Man, this is my first actual parade, and I'm excited to be here. It's a lot of fun. Like, shout out to Paige, shout out to Connecticut. We up in here.
What made you come out today for your first one?
Just the experience. I love basketball. Soccer is my first love, but I got to Connecticut and enjoy watching basketball and the girls and 12-time national championship. Like, that's a lot of a heck of an achievement there.
One last question. You're obviously wearing a Paige shirt. Was she part of what got you to come from soccer to basketball?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Paige, as is Sarah, is a good attribute we have this year. And I'm super excited, elated to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can see the excitement here. Everybody coming out to celebrate this 12th national championship for the women's team as they make their way to the stage. In a few moments, we'll be hearing from Gino and the team about their accomplishments. And again, everybody out here is excited to be a part of this.
As it rains candy, Mike, bring some back for us. Thank you so much for that. And be safe out there as well. Thank you.
I'll do my best.
Good.
Amber, what I think is so special about all of this too is that no matter where you come from, all walks of life, there is a universal fan base for the UConn Huskies. And I almost feel sorry for other schools and universities, right?
I don't know if I do, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, me being a UConn native and UConn alum, it's that pride you feel, even if you're not a sports enthusiast, I guess. Let's take a look at some live pics outside right now. And
Good stuff.
Think, Taylor, maybe your eyes are better than me from where we're sitting, but
looks like the band is performing.
It looks like the band is performing.
Getting the crowd hyped up. We love to see it. That is absolutely amazing. And again, I'm not surprised, but I am so impressed rather with the turnout. The weather wasn't supposed to be great yesterday, and I guarantee you that the same amount of people would have showed up.
Right, and the governor really made the right call with moving it. And I think a lot of people, they are resetting and they get to come out on Sunday. And if you have something to do in the morning, if you go to church, whatever your plans are, you get to come and you get to enjoy this for the afternoon.
It's a good thing. And you know what? It's so funny. I was thinking about Gino again. He looks so stoic on the bus, right? He's probably taking it all in.
But, it's just him.
It's just him. Yeah. But it's interesting. I had a conversation with him a couple years ago. He has a restaurant in Manchester. And he said one of his favorite things about his restaurant is not the food, surprisingly, but it's when players past and present come in and they get to share a meal together, no matter where they are in their lives, whether they're playing professionally, right? Or, they're just getting a moment to catch up. That is what he enjoys most, getting to see his players find success in life off the court over a good meal.
And I love the fact that he still has a connection with other players. And you'll see, once you watch our special, The Path of Paige Bueckers, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Rebecca Lobo, he still has that kinship with them.
That's a bond for life.
That is a bond for life. Hey, we want to pause for a moment. Let's get over to NBC Connecticut's Kevin Geis. Kevin, what are you seeing out there right now? I hear it's getting louder.
Oh, absolutely. I'm getting my steps in. We started at the start of the parade over on Trinity, and we've basically made our way almost to the podium at this point. I found a few friends here from Middletown and Rock Hill, excited for that win. 12 championships later. How you feeling?
Unbelievable. This is so exciting for the city of Hartford, for the entire state, and for the women. They are just absolutely phenomenal and so much fun to watch this entire season. Absolutely love them.
And to basically be doing this kind of on a yearly basis at this point, that's got to feel pretty good.
It's awesome. It's just great for the city of Hartford too. This team really deserved it. After all the injuries with Paige, AZ, a lot of adversity through both of them, and I'm just the world to them for their endeavors moving forward. So,
and it's a classic April New England day. It's a little chilly, a little cloudy, but it doesn't matter. People are showing up.
It's absolutely beautiful today. Perfect weather. It doesn't get any better than this. 3 years in a row, we have been absolutely spoiled between the men and the women. And you know what? Let's make it 4 next year. Come on!
I'm feeling good. Maybe a dual championship again. We've done it a couple times. I'll take a dual championship. People, I think we're ready for it. Connecticut at this point, we're overdue. We deserve a dual championship, even though we keep winning here in the basketball capital of the world. It's just fun. Hopefully the governor makes this an annual thing. We might as well just parade for something. Just celebrate our basketball teams one way or another, win or lose. Guys, we'll send it back into the studio because I think I see them getting off the bus.
Need like a state holiday. We need something, a national holiday. Kevin, thank you so much. We want to get over to Gabby Lucevero and Matt Finkel now. Guys, what are you seeing?
I think we're in the perfect location here. Here's the team arriving right now into their spot where they're going to greet the fans in front of the XL Center. Gabby, look, the branches have been an issue 3 years running now. They got to duck under those branches.
I mean, you would think that they would know by now that we're going to have a double-decker parade bus coming right by this tree. But I will say, when fans are so excited to just see these athletes, I watched Jenna Al-Alfi just take a piece of that branch and hand it to a fan in the crowd. So it's truly, I mean, they can't get enough of these athletes. But yeah, they all got a duck right now. Here we go. This is their biggest opponent all season.
Yeah,
it's just that tree.
The men could have given them a little tip about the branches. All right, they made it. They made it. There's Jamel helping them out. But look at this Husky team. So much pride. Feeling the love from the fans here in front of the XL Center. It has really filled up here. And this is the celebration that this team deserves.
I got eyes on I got eyes. Caroline's got the trophy right up there. We got eyes next to Caitlin Chen. But really, I mean, we're on the back side of the bus right now. The stage is in front of the bus, but Gino's posing for a picture with Jamel. I don't see an iPad, guys. So the good
a little misinformation on the iPad. We'll have to ask him about that.
But if they're not feeling the love right now, then they've got their eyes closed because this is just really a spectacular scene.
Yeah. Look at Caitlin Chen taking the moment in. Think about her career, Princeton to UConn, the transfer. Came here, huge part of the team. They probably don't have this national championship unless she's here this year.
She was a huge part of this team, and that's the thing. I mean, you talk about someone like Jenna Al-Alfi, who came here. Her parents flew for traveled for 25 hours to come from Egypt to get to watch her play for the first time in college.
What a story!
So it's them. It's the old standbys in Paige and in AZ, but you don't win a national title with just one player, and that they showed that they won these games in so many different ways, and all those ways are up on that bus right now.
That's one of the beautiful moments and the beauties of this is each player has their own individual story, and they all dreamt as a kid of this moment right here, right? And now they all get to experience it together and with their families. We saw the Fuds wandering around here as well. I mean, this is what it's all about.
My favorite thing that Paige said when she was on the Today Show is she said, I saw someone posted somewhere that UConn won based on the power of friendship. And I'm like, well, they won because you guys are really great at basketball. However, the friendship was a huge part of that. And you see that when you're in the locker room, the fun that they're having together. It's a different kind of team.
That's a funny thing to say, but I think there's so much to that. When you're friends with your teammates, when you want to do the hard stuff for each other, it makes those days easier, right? And if there's no camaraderie, you see it all the time. Team camaraderie is such an important part. So the friendship, obviously, such an important part of this championship run, and now as friends, they're national champions.
I mean, just try to get any one of them to talk about themselves, right? Paige drops 40 points. Now it was my teammates that set those screens for me. It was my teammates that gave me those assists. It's impossible to get them to talk about themselves, and that's what made them such a great team.
It's that UConn culture. I think you see it. Gino recruits a specific type of player. He knows what he's looking for. Certainly had it on this roster, and I think getting this going again, this championship, first in 9 years, look out. We could be in for a few more.
So, I mean, as long as Sarah Strong's around, I mean, what a way to start a freshman campaign, to come in, be so poised, so incredible, and we watched her come into her own, not just as a player, but also as as a young woman, as a person. We started to see her cracking some smiles. She got the braces off. That was a big move for her.
You forget how young she is.
You're right. She came in here and she was young with a mouthful of braces, and she's learning, but she's come in and just, it's been such a fun thing to watch her develop as well. I mean,
absolutely. We're going to hear from Gino, AZ, and Paige. The bus is parked. We are ready here. We'll send it back to you guys so that we can take in this celebration with you.
I love that, guys. But before you go, hey, and I was just going to ask you, do you know who's going to be speaking? For those sitting on their couches at home watching the parade from home, what do you anticipate hearing from the players as they take that stage?
Yeah, Paige has talked about gratitude a lot, right? Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to hear more of from her today, and it's a great sentiment, and it really speaks to her character too, just how grateful she is to have this opportunity to be at UConn and to go out a champion.
Absolutely. So we know it's going to be a lot of gratitude, a lot of thank yous. And that's just who Paige is. She's the one who helped bring this here, and she's about to turn around and thank every person in this crowd.
And we know Gino's going to be entertaining too. We saw that at Gamble. He's going to have some great things to say about this team and also some great things to say to the fans and the appreciation for the fans that were a part of this journey.
He's been out writing his jokes, I'm sure.
It's remarkable, guys. Thank you so much for that. And hey, we hear that the rally is getting underway. If we just take a moment, and we can see here.
Wow. Getting the crowd pumped up.
Getting them pumped up. Not that they need it.
It's not that they need it.
Right.
I love that. And, I think that Matt and Gabby really hit on something that's so important, the character of these players. They are so quick to talk about every single person except for themselves. And that's such a beautiful thing. I think it's one of the reasons that they have found so much success throughout their careers. But I'm thinking about the parents right now, how they must feel. I mean, those kids dream about it, right? But to hear the parents who many traveled so far, some from Egypt, 25 hours, to be able to support their child on the court, to watch their dreams come true. That's a beautiful thing, Amber.
It's unbelievable. And we've highlighted Paige Becker so much. She's such a fantastic player. And there was one thing she said, I remember, actually in several interviews, once she gets to the WNBA, she does not want the money to change.
No.
And she's so genuine in those words. She really is. And just a phenomenal person. She's talked about her faith as well.
Yes.
How important that is to her. And I love to see these women just unite and just come together on such an exciting day. This is their moment. It's really given women's basketball a moment.
And the moment that it has so deserved over the years. And she, Paige too, talks about how blessed she felt to put on the UConn jersey every single day. And think about the amount of schools that she had to choose from when she was first coming out of high school. And, I think Matt touched on it as well. She really had to find a way to add to the culture here because of how impressive this program is. And my goodness, I think she certainly left her mark.
She absolutely has. And the fact that she has, have you seen her, do you follow her on social media?
I do.
Her social media is absolutely hilarious. You just get the behind the scenes of the type of person she is and her teammates. And again, we talk about that camaraderie, but it's something that can't be faked.
They're all doing TikTok dances.
They're doing their TikTok dances.
I need to learn the choreography with them.
I love it. It's so good. And it's so nice just to see them come out here. And Paige has said this is her second home. You don't see her emotional often, but that speech when they got off the bus, when they got back to Shores after that national championship win, she got emotional.
When she looked up at those banners, especially.
She had the winning net around her neck, and she had that on for days. She said it was her favorite necklace, and that was, again, one of my favorite things.
I think we can do a little better than that for the 12th
but let's see the next listen because we hear that they're about to start talking.
I'd like to welcome up to the podium to say a few words and welcome you all, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Connecticut, Susan Bysiewicz.
Hello, Husky Nation. Let's hear it for the fabulous female Huskies. All right, this is what female leadership looks like. Let's hear it one more time for the Lady Huskies. They have shown grit and grace and tenacity to win their 12th national championship. And And they have reaffirmed that Connecticut is the collegiate basketball capital of the world. We are so proud of each and every one of them. We're looking forward to seeing all they can accomplish and to achieve a 13th national championship. And we just want to thank Gino Auriemma and Christine Daly for their fabulous leadership. Congratulations, go Huskies!
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. Now, please help me welcome the governor of the basketball capital of the world, Ned Lamont!
Basketball capital of the world, can you hear it? Basketball capital, number 13, our lucky number. My job is very simple. I get to introduce to you AZ Fun, Paige Beckers, and then the greatest coach in the history of college basketball, Gino Auriemma. AZ, you're up.
Hi. Oh God. Wow, this is incredible. Like, you guys are amazing. All the support, you guys are amazing. But on behalf of the team, I want to thank Governor Lamont, Lieutenant Governor Bicewicz, and just for your continued support and commitment to UConn. You guys make it possible to keep bringing home championships and having a parade like this, so thank you. And I also want to thank the Mayor of Hartford and the amazing local businesses for hosting this parade and allowing us to celebrate this and just making this parade possible, letting us celebrate this with you guys, the UConn fans. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. This championship, it means so much. I also want to thank our coaches. Obviously we wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys, but just the continued support, the belief that you guys have in us, it speaks volumes. So thank you guys for continuing to believe in us, coaching us as people and players, and thank you guys. Now, like I said, this championship means everything, but to do it with this team is so special. These girls, my sisters, my friends for life, we've been through so much together. So to win this, get through all that adversity and bring it home, just the bond that we have, the love that we play with, it shows every single night. And so to be able to play not just for each other, but for our seniors and to bring it home for them and to be able to send them off to their next chapter with this kind of storybook ending, bringing it home, seniors, we love you, and thank you. Thank you for everything. And the fans, the support that we've had for so many people has been incredible, but I want to give a special shout out to the Satum family and to Abby because you guys have been with us every step of the way. We know she was watching from heaven, she was in Tampa with us, and you guys mean the world to us. Lastly, I just want to say UConn Nation, you guys are the best, and let's run it back next year. Well, first of all, thank you for everybody coming out. This is amazing, super surreal experience, and we're extremely grateful for every single one of you. There's a lot of thanks to go around. We can't possibly thank everyone that's helped us on this journey, but President Rudenko, we want to say thank you for all the continued support and supplying us with everything we need as a program, as a team. Also, we want to thank our professors, our TAs back at school, and academic support staff. who help us attain excellence on and off the court. And I would like to say a special shout out for our whole team, from the kitchen staff who work at work, who supply us with great food and meals, made us better and stronger, fueled us for sure. And the janitorial staff who makes it possible for us to play in the Excel Center, practicing with, playing Gamble. It takes an entire village, this entire community, the city, the state, the support worldwide, countrywide. It means everything to us. This, like AZ said, this team is special. Obviously, we had our ups and downs, but so does everybody else. But as soon as the tournament started, we had this confident, light vibe to us that we just felt like something was different. And obviously, just how connected we were and the power of friendship, like we all talk about. Definitely fueled us. So thank you guys for all coming out. You made this a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's meant everything to all of us to play here, to represent this program, to represent you guys, the state of Connecticut, and we love you all. Thank you.
And now at this time, please help me welcome to the podium the head coach of the national champion UConn Huskies and 12-time national champion in his 40th season, Gino Auriemma.
All right. Y'all want to come up here and speak? First of all, to everybody here, this is pretty incredible. It's pretty special, and but we already knew that because you guys are special fans and you're special supporters. And this is the third parade in 3 years. So we are now officially the parade capital of the world. I wanted to thank every single one of you, not just for today, but for how many times in this building you've been here for us, show up, weekends, weeknights, snow, rain, sleep, doesn't matter. You're part of our team. And we have the greatest team in the country, and we have the greatest fans in the country. Obviously, this team was pretty special this year. It took a lot to get here. It's been a long time. A lot of it had to do with all the ups and downs that these players have had individually, their trials and tribulations, and our team. And to overcome all that and to be standing here right now as national champions, it's a credit to how strong they are physically, mentally, and they deserve everything that they're getting right now. So I want to thank all the people that make this happen. You know, in order for something to work, it's got to be strong from the top to the bottom. And we have a great governor. We have a great legislature that no matter what side they sit on, they can all agree on one thing, right? They love UConn. We have a great president, and we have a great faculty, and we have a tremendous support system for the best students in the country. So, on behalf of everyone on our team, it takes a lot of people to make this happen. All our support staff back home, again, from our president, our AD, down to our managers who make things work for us. And I've got the best coaching staff, and that's why we win every year.
So let's not get carried away, all right? Let's not get carried away. No. I'm only kidding. All right, so I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it with this. So, if you remember, Coach Hurley said it was going to be a three-peat. Well, things didn't go exactly according to plan, but it was a three-peat. And I don't know whether it's going to be us or them, but Dan, we're going to try to make it a four-peat. Thank you all very much.
Right. Gino Auriemma leaving those final words, a UConn chant in the background. Amber, this is good stuff.
It is great stuff. The winningest coach in college basketball history, over 1,200 career wins. He's been at the helm of UConn for, my goodness, 40 years. It's unbelievable. And I'd love to hear it from him.
One more time for the UConn Huskies.
His sarcasm, and he says the humor.
He's like, enough.
Come on, tell me more. Give me more.
Let's see that trophy lifted high.
Here's the trophy.
Look at that.
We saw it on top of that double-decker bus there. They've been carrying it everywhere.
They certainly have.
Them?
No, I'd carry it with me to the grocery store if I could.
They're sleeping, they have it in bed with them. They tuck it in. You can't blame them.
It is such a great thing. Amber, I want to talk about what AZ Fud said. Make some noise, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, there we go.
We needed the confetti, right? Amazing.
Still remarkable. It really is. It really is. So happy for
We're taking this in too. I think this is incredibly exciting for us as well.
We were taking photos as they were talking. Absolutely. Oh, they're winning that. I'm not sure. I can't see who's wearing it.
Someone's rocking the net. Yeah.
But Taylor, you were talking about one thing that AZ said is Abby, the young girl Abby. For those who don't know, she has an absolutely remarkable story.
Yes, so her name is Abby Zatoun, and she was a lifelong fan of the UConn women's basketball program. And after a 7-year battle with cancer, she passed away in October, and the team did something really special to honor her memory. They created shirts and that said "Love Abby" on them. And so the fact that AZ Fud was able to mention the family, the impact that the family has had on this team, and how they really guided them through, the tournament. Every single player, throughout the interview process mentioned the impact that Abby has had on their lives. And I have to think that she is looking down, so happy, so proud of her team and everything they were able to accomplish.
Yeah, she was definitely the motivator in this. And in every interview that I have seen, they thanked Abby, they thanked her family, and her family is so supportive of the Huskies as well, as you can imagine.
Absolutely.
We want to wrap things up. We want to get over to Kevin Geis. Kevin, can you hear us?
Are you still being hit by candy, Kevin?
But I can hear you. Not kidding. Now I missed it. Confetti. It's this street turns into a wind tunnel whenever we do this. It's great. Now I just want to, now that we've had our chance to hear everyone, hear from the coaches, hear from the players, I found a fan who's parading for the first time from Wethersfield. How was the first parade?
It was good. I loved it.
You loved it. What was your favorite part?
Probably the girls on the truck.
Yeah, just happy to see the team, obviously. And you got a sign here saying you're going to miss Paige. I think the whole state of Connecticut is going to miss Paige. I think so. So when you look ahead to next year, who's your favorite player going to be?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're all going to have to compete for that spot. I love it. And you mentioned that you've been a fan since the Taurasi and Rebecca Lobo days. So
like 95, a million years ago. So.
And when you think about the run that these teams have been on, what do you think?
This is just amazing, and it's fun to get the next generation involved and just keep the love of the game going.
Absolutely. And when you have both teams, Gino, you mentioned a 4-peat. We've done 3 parades now. What do you think about a 4th?
It's coming back next year. We're running it back.
We're running it back. You heard it here first, folks. I will send it back to you in the studio. I'm going to try to get a little bit of confetti as a keepsake for my second parade I've gotten to cover now. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
I can't believe it. That flew by, Kevin. Your second parade. You deserve to get some of that confetti. Go get it. Kevin, guys, thank you so much.
Looking for number 3.
Kev.
Need number 3.
Yes, absolutely. Kevin, thank you. And now we're going to send things back over to Matt Finkel and Gabrielle Lucevero. What an incredible day this has been. And Matt and Gabby, we got to talk about really quickly Paige Beckers going out of her way to thank not only the kitchen staff, but the janitorial staff. Speaks volumes about who she is as a person.
What did we say right before they went on stage? We said we know there's going to be thank yous. We just didn't know what extent. Of course, it makes sense. There's the janitorial staff. There's the kitchen staff at work saying thanks for keeping us healthy and strong. It's the folks at the XL Center for when they play their games here. I mean, I know that in any conversations with Paige, she agonizes over how do I thank everyone. You just want to tell her you thank us by showing up, but of course it was a long list.
That stood out to me too. The kitchen staff, the janitorial staff. It's not something you're thinking about, but it's something she's thinking about. And again, we've said it. I think it speaks to the type of person that she is, and she deserves everything good that comes her way because she's gonna give it back to those around her tenfold, and there's not a lot of people like that.
Another thing that stood out to me was listening to AZ Fudd address the crowd. We talk all the time, so she got her undergraduate degree in 3 years. She's getting her master's degree. She's someone who loves school, and I know that this is a little roundabout, but listening to her get up there, have the composure as a 21, 22-year-old woman to stand in front of this crowd and thank people, thank the businesses around town, thank the people who support him that make it possible. It's just you're reminded of how much more these women are. Like I said about Paige, more than basketball players when you hear them talk and address the crowd.
That's a great point. And then, of course, Gino Auriemma. It wasn't a three-peat in the truest sense of a three-peat, but it was a UConn three-peat. I love how he summed that up. I think every April, second weekend in April, we'll just pencil it down for right here at the XL Center. I mean, I don't know if UConn basketball has ever been in a better state than it is right. Maybe 2014, 2004, but I don't know.
They're in a pretty good spot right now, but we'll end it with this, right? Gino put it this way. They are the parade capital of the world.
That's right.
Hold on one more second before we come back. Come on in here.
You know him, the voice of the UConn Huskies, Connor Geary.
We have to give a shout out to our forever master of ceremonies. Thank you for taking us. Yes, forever. Forever. Thank you for taking us through this season.
It's great to be back for the third year in a row, and we'll see you again next year.
I put him on the spot.
I'm going to have some hot tea for the next 364 days.
Yeah, you've earned that. You've earned that.
This is awesome. So,
we appreciate you, Connor.
You got it. Even if you're on your couch, I know you're here in spirit. That's what I love about UConn Nation.
I love that. Connor makes the atmosphere at these games. Right, Connor. Right.
Guys, I got nothing left in the tank. Thank you.
I know you got nothing left in the tank, but I want to take a moment and just look ahead to the future. For those who don't know, what do they need to win next year? Who's on the roster? Let's just do a little recap of that.
Okay, well, first we got AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong. They're going to headline this roster next year. Of course, you got KK Arnold, Ashlyn Shade heading into their junior year. They were coming off the bench this year, so look for them to get back into the starting lineup. Seen some rumblings on Twitter about some transfers
coming in. We know that that's going to shape things a little bit, but yes, we talk about we're going to be losing Paige, but the pieces coming back have every reason for that last line from Gino. We're going for a four-peat in whatever
I also
realm.
don't want to forget about Aubrey. Her 6 years here. We're losing Aubrey as well. She's a huge loss, and so happy to see her go out on top. But if you know anything about UConn, they're going to reload, and they have some stars in place, I think, to be a top 5, top 2, possibly national champion team in 2025, 26.
We got reason to be optimistic, I would say. Yeah.
Always reasons to be optimistic.
Good stuff. Matt and Gabby, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. We love your coverage. Dynamic duo, I'm telling you.
Go get a nap.
Yes.
We're tired for you.
We got some interviews.
Okay. And then take a nap. And then go to the WNBA draft.
Yeah, and then do that. And then come home. Guys, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
I have chills. That was so
It's
special.
fantastic.
I
It's
love it.
fantastic. I love that I have so many memories from my photos in here.
I know they're popping up and looking at that, but I was just so blown away by all the young fans who were getting out there for the first time, some for their very first parade, to see their idols in action.
It's great. I'm telling you, this really just puts women's basketball in a whole new light right now. It really, really does. Congrats to all the women. We're so excited to be here as women ourselves. So this is fun for me.
Yeah, there was a lot of girl power up there, but a lot of really inspiring messages and takeaways from this. And I don't know, another win next year? I think it's possible.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. It's going to be fun.
It is
All
going to
right.
be fun.
While the party continues in Hartford for the fans, our coverage of the victory parade and rally is sadly over this afternoon.
I don't want it to end.
I know.
I'm thinking about all of the newscasts now that we have to start without talking about Husky Nation, right? But listen, congratulations to the UConn women from all of us here at NBC in Telemundo, Connecticut. Yay!
Hey, our documentary, do not forget, The Path of Paige Beckers. That is up next. Thank you so very much for joining us. You're going to love it.